I'm on my way into work this morning, and I had a little think about it last night, and I looked at the bike manual for the cb125S that I got, and I realised that when you put the cam into the top of the head, you're meant to give it one full rotation, and I didn't do that. So I think the problem is that my timing is probably out, and this evening when I go home, I'm going to tackle into the bike again. I'm going to pull the camshaft out, I'm going to put it in right, and then give it one full turn as it says in the manual, and I'm hoping that that's going to solve my problem. So wish me luck, guys. Okay, so as discussed with you this morning, I'm going to take this camshaft and rotate it one full turn, which is going to mean that I have to reset the spark time and everything, but if it fixes my problem, it's worth the hassle. So let's get started. I'll get back to you in a second when I have the covers off and everything I need to get off it. Okay, so I got some of my covers off here, and I'll just show you, for those of you that don't know what you're looking at. This is the point system for your spark timing, and you'll see that this is the point, and they open and close like this, and when they open, it creates the spark. So on this bike they open and create it, on other bikes they connect and it creates it. But so a charge goes to the coil, which is just up above that in under the tank here, and when the charge gets big enough, this opens up and releases the spark. Now, in order to set the timing for that, you have to get a light bulb. Well, you can do it two ways. You can do it with a light bulb, or you can do it with a multimeter, which I found the light bulb to be the better option because there's a little bit of a delay in the beeping of the multimeter. So I may show you that later on if it's possible, because it's kind of hard to work at this and video it when you're on the floor. So, but we'll see. So I'm going to take this system off now, and in behind this is the cam sprocket, which is what we're trying to get at. So just bear with me a second till I get this off, and you'll see what's in behind. In behind this you have what you call your spark advance, which is a little mechanism that advances the spark whenever the bike's revved up a bit. Just keeps it running right. So this comes off, and the advance is actually stuck to this, so it usually would be a separate thing. There you go, there's separate, you see, that's your spark advance. And when your engine's rolling, there's like these little wings, you'll see, that move out. They're like weights, they move out, see, like that. It's kind of difficult to show you with one hand here. See the way I'm turning this and the wings are moving outwards? You can't really see, you can see it moving a bit there. Yeah, so that's how that works. I'll just set that down here, and we have to take this piece off, and in behind this is the cam sprocket, which we're trying to get at. So I'll be with you in a few minutes whenever I have this cover off, and we'll go from there. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, so I've got my cover off now, and this is the cam sprocket which you set your timing with. And as you can see, it's getting lots of lovely oil there, so it's we're getting plenty of oil to the head. Right, so it's off timing at the minute. You can see where the dot is. The dot is over here. It should be in line with this V. So we have to get this onto a compression stroke, top dead center, which is the T mark, but it has to be the T mark where it's kind of loose. I'll just turn the engine around the other way here. So you'll see I'm turning this, see like this, I'm turning the engine, so, and this is your flywheel. So turn it around a couple of rotations till we get top dead center. I think we might be there now. No, that's quite tight. There is another way you can tell that you're in top dead center, and that's that the valves, rocker arms will be loose. I'm actually quite finding it hard today to know when I'm in top dead center here, so I may have to take one of them covers off to check. It actually feels very tight today, so just give me a minute and I'm going to check just to get into top dead center here. I'll show you how to check that. Okay, so after a bit of a fiddling, I realised that I hadn't took my spark plug out of the bike and it still had compression, so that's why I found it quite hard to know when I was in top dead center. But I'm in top dead center now. You can see there's the F mark and there's the T mark. T, top dead center. And you'll find a lot of the time when you're in top dead center, it won't want to stay there, it'll want to pull back. So I'm just taking the weight of the ratchet off this, and there's fire, there's top dead center, but it doesn't want to stay there. That's normal. Right, so we've got top dead center, and what we're going to try and do is, you can see that the notch is matching up with the V here. But the thing that I believe I forgot to do when I read the manual last night was I put the cam straight in with the lobes facing down, and you're meant to give it one full rotation. I don't know what exactly that does for it, but I didn't do that, and apparently that's what puts it into top dead center for you. So I am now going to take this chain off, I'm going to take the sprocket off, and I'm going to turn this one whole turn, and then I'm going to set the timing again. And I am hoping that this is really the problem that's been causing me issues, and that this will be the final working out of it and I can move on with other things. So without further ado, I will record the next piece whenever I have the sprocket off and I'm ready to give it a full turn, so we'll do that. Okay, so I couldn't film doing it because it was quite difficult, but I got a screwdriver in here and I pulled it this way and I turned it one full rotation, and already, if I can get this chain out of the way to show you, I've noticed a lot more movement. You have a lot more freedom of movement with the cam in this position, bar that chain getting in the road there. I'd be able to show you, but I've noticed a lot more ability to move there, so it has made a difference, and I'm hoping that it's right. And I'm now going to put the chain back on and set the timing as I showed you before in the videos, with this lining up with the V. Sorry, you can't see there. This little notch lining up with this V, straight down to this line. Hold on a wee second till I find my, where is my pieces of my socket set that I need to show you. Being a 40-year-old with your knees crouched down on a floor isn't very comfortable. Right, okay, I've got this. So you'll be bringing it back to the T mark, T, right? And you're going, what you need is, you need this lined up with that line there in the threads, and you need it to continue up in a straight line up to the cam, where this needs to also be in line with that V. So that's what I'm looking to try and do. That's what I'm going to do now, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, well that was a little bit on the awkward side, but I got it done. And I'm now going to show you that my timing is set. I'll just put this in here to turn my flywheel. If it's the right size, I might have had to change that for some reason. I did. Should be a 12. Where is the 12? Bits lying all over the floor. typical Damien style of doing things. And then you lose stuff and you don't know where to find it. That's a 10 that I have in my hand. Maybe the 12 is still in there. No, not still in there. Ah, I see it. I got it. Right, so just put this on. I'll show you. Now, you'll see here is my F. I'm turning it back to my T mark. It's lining up with the line in the threads. If you continue that on up here, straight line, so you use the bolt as a kind of a viewing point, and you'll see that my little notch there, when it's on the top dead center, is lining up with the V at the top. So I think we're in good order. Good order. Good order. So now I have to set the spark timing. It's too awkward. I'm not going to show you that. Richard Weeks, if you want to know how to do that, has done a video on this. There's other videos that I've watched. I might put a link to one of them where you can find out how to set this. But just remember, on these bikes, it's when the point's open that the spark fires. On other bikes, it can be when the point's closed that it fires. But this one, it's where it opens. And same for a cb125S also. I don't know about the cg125 or any of the rest of them. So that's all for now until I get this timing and all set. And well, probably the next video you'll see is me trying to start it yet again. Okay, so I'm just going to show you very quickly my setup for setting the spark timing on the bike. And I rigged up out of an old indicator of a motorbike that I had broke. I rigged up 2 wires. And what you do is you get one of the clips and you put it to the battery, the positive, and you stick the positive wire onto the wire coming from the points, and you hook your earth into any earth on the bike. I have it hooked into this one, but the idea is that the light will light up. You'll see the light will light up, and when the point's open, you know that the spark would fire when the points are open. So the idea is to get this set that when it's on the F mark on the flywheel at top dead center, you'll see what I mean now. There's the F mark. Hold on, it's very hard to see that with that wire in the way. Right, that's the F mark now, lining up with that little notch in the threads. So whenever that comes there, the idea is that when it's bang on there, the point should be open and the light should not be turning on, but it needs to be right on that point where like if you move it any way at all, that light should go off. So we have our light lit up. Well, I don't like to see it here in the video. Now I can't work and video this. It's just too difficult, and I don't have a stand for the phone, but you get the general idea. Like you'll see now, I turn this, like it's on the F now, so I turn that back. You see the light goes off, but it's way off the wrong place because it should be where that line is that it should be going off. So I have to undo these 2 screws and I have to adjust it round and fiddle with it until I get it in the right spot, and the light goes off when it goes to the F mark. So I'm going to do that now and I'll be back to you.